All right, music fans, welcome. Harmless Dave here on the Harmless Dave channel, talking about celebrities doing things that are just really good publicity and things that don't get fixed. And then the people go, hey, but they did a concert. They fixed it. No, they didn't fix it. And I'm talking about specifically Lahaina in Hawaii as Mick Fleetwood marks the 2 year anniversary since the fires, which is crazy. That's been 2 years. Anyway, doing what I do in real time for a couple of people that understand me out here, just like you there and just like me here. Again, to support this channel, and I do need support, buy me a coffee, Patreon, YouTube memberships, and PJ Rock super chats. Thanks to PJ Rock, I do have gas money, so I appreciate that, PJ. He's one of my top supporters, so thank you for what you do out there. Everyone else too, who is either a patron or is a subscriber or is somebody who watches the videos. Now, Mick Fleetwood marks 2 years since the devastating Maui fires. And again, another story that goes out to all the classic rock radio stations. And Fleetwood Mac has been living on the island, or I'm sorry, just Mick Fleetwood, not the entire band, but he's been living on the island of Maui for almost 30 years. And when the 2023 fires destroyed his community and his restaurant, that September he took part in a star-studded Maui Strong live stream that raised funds for Hawaii Community Foundation's Maui Strong. I'm so tired of putting strong on everything. I remember Boston Strong, Gulf Coast Strong, where I live. What? We're not strong. We're weak. We're weak. It's almost like saying, yeah, we were just destroyed, but we're strong. We're strong. No, you're weak. We're all weak. That's why we need a savior. That's why this life is so tumultuous. And people just, papering over the truth, like, or just putting another new coat of wallpaper. What's wallpaper, Dave? Nobody uses wallpaper. Well, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just cover over the truth with something that looks nice. Well, we did Maui Strong. Great, Maui Strong. So how's that going? How's that working out for everybody? So 2 years after the fire that destroyed Lahaina, recovery is uneven. This is according to Hawaii Magazine. It's deeply layered. In some places, residential areas are construction zones. In others, families are back in their homes and returning to normalcy. Local businesses that were once in Lahaina are reopening across the island. Maui County has rolled out housing programs to aid survivors. A new fire station is set to go up. Okay. Long-term plans for the town's futures are starting to take shape 2 years later. And yet the community is still grieving. Financial assistance is running out for many. Maui Strong, right? If it hasn't already. And downtown Lahaina remains closed to the public. How is that Lahaina Strong? How is that Mick Fleetwood coming to the rescue? And I like Mick Fleetwood. I have no problem with Mick. I'm hoping Fleetwood Mac gets back together again, does one more tour. Many have spoken out against visitors and companies that treat the burn zone like a tourist attraction. So, hey, yeah, come over here and see where the fire devastated everything. That's a tourist attraction in Lahaina. Disagreements over new legislation have been heated, and any new evacuation orders, like the tsunami warning issued in July, bring more trauma for the people who live there. Distrust and fear linger, but yet it's Maui Strong. There is hurt and hope, pain and celebration, all coexisting in a town that's still learning how to heal. See, I think my point with this video is there are areas of the country, whether it's in Ohio with the train derailment, whether it's in Appalachia, where I don't even think those people were thought about after that for quite some time. You had relief organizations going in there like Samaritan's Purse, but the government was very slow. And the government apparently here um, was even slower. And what's interesting is there are a lot of conspiracy theories about how that fire started. And I'm not ready to just discount all of them. In the world we're currently living in, where everything is strong, right? Strong. It's almost as if they want to pretend that, this is normal. Fires like this happen all. No, fires like this don't happen all the time. The way that fire moved in, it was like someone took a blowtorch to the island, like a giant blowtorch, and everything was on fire almost instantly. Well, again, it's a combination of poor forestry management and really warm weather. It's global warming, blah blah blah. You know what it is? It is poor planning, and it is also maybe somebody wanted that land. Maybe somebody wanted that land. Somebody a little higher up the food chain. But you know what I'm going to get on this video? Oh, more conspiracy theory rubbish from Dave. Okay, you know what? Do a little research, look around, and you're going to find out that I'm not the only one saying this. And people are going into way more detail than I'm going into. I'm just mentioning it here. I'm just noting that the rock media likes to kind of highlight anniversaries of things and pretend that it's okay now. It's been 2 years, and thanks to the star-studded live stream and Music Cares, everything is Maui strong. It's Maui week still. It's not good for the people in Maui. Anyway, folks, pray for the people on that island, people that lost everything. And I'm just thinking big corporations are going in there now and buying up stuff. It's prime real estate. And so the other angle of this is a tourist attraction. Really? Come over here and see where everybody lost everything they owned over here, where everything is still scorched 2 years later. Yeah, I don't think I could live there. I would get the heck out and find a place that's not scorched. I don't want to remember that. So anyway, celebrities doing good things, and it's mostly just for the publicity and, hey, look what I do. All right, problem not solved. Sorry, Mick Fleetwood. I like you a lot, but yeah, I wonder if Mick's restaurant is back up and running. Don't know. Doesn't say here. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But a lot of people there are still suffering, according to Hawaii Magazine. And who's going to help those people? This is where the government should actually step in and do something. Anyway, just a few thoughts on this. Another little controversial video between, I think there was something up with the fire and the fact that big corporations are going in there to buy things. This isn't really not plausible. This is very plausible. And for all the people that just don't want to watch because, oh no, can't we just hear about music? Yeah, I'm hoping for a Fleetwood Mac reunion. And then people throw cold water on that and say it's not going to happen. Maybe it's not going to happen. But it would be cool if it did. Just to get Stevie and Lindsay back up there on stage, I think that would be really cool. All right, I'm done. Thanks for watching. God bless. And, stay safe out there. Conspiracy theories often come true, right? Especially if you wait long enough. People go in there and they find out the truth. Look what they found out about like the collusion stuff. That was a hoax, and it's a documented hoax now, and I'm hoping some heads are going to roll, but they're probably not going to roll because they're all in this together. All of the government, all these people are colluding with one another to keep the truth from the American people. So live your life. Go out and do stuff. Enjoy your life and don't get hung up on this stuff, because if you do, you know what? It'll consume you and you won't be able to function as a human being. I meet people like this all the time. And by the way, Jesus is the way. I'm going to say it again. People say, don't proselytize. Okay, Jesus is the way. That's my proselytizing. And if you want to look into how to get a relationship or have a relationship with Jesus Christ, I'll put a link in this video, because you got fires and earthquakes, you got tsunamis, you got hurricanes. This life is crazy. While we're here, try to enjoy it. But if you're having trouble enjoying your life, then you might want to think of starting a relationship with the one person, the one God who could maybe give you a little eternal security at the very end. That's it. And if you don't believe in this stuff, fine. That's fine. You don't believe. I'll believe. I'll take my chances with the belief, and you take your chances with the non belief. And whoever's right, I guess it won't matter at the end. If I'm right, I'm in a good place. If you're right, you're in trouble.